Welcome back to A View to a Grill. I'm Johnny. Today we're going to be doing some fish tacos on the Weber kettle, and we're going to do our best to not allow this fish to stick. The first thing we're going to do is set up the Weber kettle. One of the key components of keeping your fish from sticking is to have clean grill grates. I like to clean my grill grates with CitruSafe grill cleaner. We'll just get the grill grates sprayed down, let them sit a minute, scrub down, and then wipe down, because honestly, no one wants this on their food. Also in the Weber kettle, we have the slow and sear today, which we're going to use to help us grill perfect fish. Now, to start our fire, we're going to be using the Superior brand of fire starter, and for our fuel, we're going to be using the Golden's cast iron brand of lump charcoal. We'll just get our fire starter started. And in case you didn't know, I have an Instagram page, so if you wouldn't mind following me over on Instagram, I'd appreciate it a lot. Once the coals in our chimney starter has ashed over, we're going to get that right into our slow and sear. We'll spread the coals around for even heat distribution. And if you have any ash that landed on your grill grates, just go ahead and wipe those off. While the grill grates are getting hot, it's a great time to make that slaw dressing. We'll need some Fiesta brand fajita seasoning, and we're also going to be using some Mexican oregano. So I have 2 tablespoons of fajita seasoning, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/2 cup of lime juice, and a shaker bottle. Now, in no particular order, get all of these ingredients into the shaker bottle. Once you have them all in, put the lid on, shake that up extremely vigorously. When I was done, I had some dressing that looked like this. Now, let's prepare our slaw. I have a head of cabbage, a few radishes, some cilantro, and 1 ear of corn. Let's go ahead and shuck our corn and then get that corn right on to the open fire. Today I'll be using my new Lamson barbecue tools. And right off the bat, one of the nice things that I like about the Lamson barbecue tools is that they are long. They have a long reach. Look at this, my hand is not even in the frame, which means my hand is safe. If you want some of these Lamson products for yourself, I have a generous site-wide discount code in the description below. For the corn, you can put as much color on that corn as you want. I took my corn to here. If you want more color than this on your corn, then leave it on the grill longer. For now, we're going to close the lid to the Weber kettle, and to keep our fire from burning out, I'm going to close the top vent to about half, and then close the bottom vent to the 3rd oval from the left. And that's going to help restrict oxygen, which is going to make our fire a little cooler, but it's also going to allow the coals to last longer so that we can finish our prep work. Now we'll start by breaking down our cabbage. And when we break down our cabbage, we want to make sure that we take the core of the cabbage out. I went ahead and broke these down to 1/8. Then I shredded each 1/8 as thinly as possible. And then when I was done, I just put it in a bowl. Now we'll get our radishes, cut them in half, and thinly slice them, and then put them in our bowl. Next, we'll get our shallots, peel them, quarter them, slice really thin, and they go in our bowl. And then we'll get our cilantro, chop it up finely, and get that into the bowl. And now we're going to get our dressing in, and then salt and pepper to taste. And at this point, I realized I forgot my corn, so we'll go get the corn and slice off all the kernels from the cob and get that into the bowl. Then we'll get it all stirred up. And when I was done stirring this up, I had some slaw that looked like this. We want to give this a taste to make sure our seasoning is right. And this tasted so good that I almost fell over. Now let's make our avocado crema. We're going to need 1 fully ripened avocado. We'll need 2 limes and some of this hot sauce that I totally love, an 8-ounce bottle of Mexican crema, and salt and pepper to taste. And now we'll get all of those ingredients into a blender. Once you've blended this up until it's smooth, when you pour it into a bowl, it should look like slightly melted ice cream. The texture is extremely creamy and smooth. And now it's time to grill our fish. To season our fish, I'm going to use the Fiesta brand fajita seasoning. And I'm also going to be using Crave's Ancho Love. This is going to be a 2-to-1 mixture, 2 parts Fiesta fajita seasoning to 1 part of the Crave's Ancho Love. Once I had that mixed up, I had a rub that looked like this. Today I'm going to be using flounder fillets. These fillets are extremely thin, which means they're going to cook really fast. Now, to help ensure that they don't stick, we're going to pat these dry. Then we're going to hit them with a little spray avocado oil. Once you've done that, go ahead and season them. And I seasoned mine pretty lightly. Now, to season the other side, I turned them over onto the dry cutting board. I then patted them dry, hit them with olive oil, seasoned them lightly. And when I was done, I had some seasoned fish that looked like this. Now let's go back to the Weber kettle. It's still burning pretty hot, so let's get the lid open, and I'm going to give this the good old hand test to see how hot it is across the charcoal bed. And I'm thinking we're looking pretty good, so I'm not going to add any charcoal to get this any hotter than what it is. We're just going to go ahead and get our fish on the grill. I'm going to be using the Lamson fish spatula to handle our fish today. Look at the size of the spatula, big enough to handle pretty large fillets of fish. These fish are very thin, so I'm going to give them about 2.5–3 minutes aside. When I flipped the first one over, it flipped easily, no sticking whatsoever. But the second one did not play as nice. If you see right here, just that one little corner stuck to the grill grate. Luckily I caught it, went around, hit that fish from a different angle, and it came right up and I was able to flip it mostly intact. 2.5 minutes later, we got it off the grill and onto my rack. The fish is looking fantastic. It is still glistening, so we know it's not dry. Now I'll just heat up 2 corn tortillas until they're soft right over the fire. And now it's time to get these tacos together and check out our results. Now we'll start off with a half of filet on each corn tortilla, and then we're going to give that a good smear of avocado lime crema. And next we're going to put some of that slaw in there that we made earlier. And I also have some of this fresh cheese. Just break a chunk off and crumble it right over the fish tacos. And for the camera, I'm going to throw in a couple of leaves of cilantro and a few more slices of radish. Now for me, since I love this Bernie salsa so much, I'm going to use my finger so I can control the drizzle and just put some of that right over the top. And this is what we have, 2 beautiful looking fish tacos. And if you can't tell, I can't wait to get in on these. So we're going to start with this one. Take a big old bite, and these are totally delicious fish tacos. Loved them. And I 100% think you ought to make these. Man, it is getting dark out here. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, take a second, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching A View to a Grill. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.